Hey everyone, this is Sheepdog from Ear to the Ground. Um, Welcome to my channel, and thank you for tuning in. I'm still new with this, so it's got my papers and whatnot. I hope you're all doing well. If you like what you see, please smash the like button, leave a comment in the comment section, and share this on all other social media, and subscribe to my channel. I come to you today with another piece of writing that I've revised from the past. But first, I'd like to share with you a little about myself, so you better understand where I come from, also where I am in now, in my life. So I've in the last year become a published author of children's books. So I'll actually have those in my links for those in the description under the video. So I'll have links for you for that. So I actually write all sorts of stuff. I've been writing all my life. So have a whole compilation of stuff that I'm now going back and revisiting and rewriting again and whatnot. So I'd like to share all that with you as well eventually. So yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at now. Like I said, there's a lot of other aspects of my life I'll eventually be sharing with you all. And so yeah. So let's go back to this one here. Okay, so for me, in the moment is paramount. That I always try my best to be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. As it comes to being a productive member of society instead of a drain on it. Also, to let everyone know that they are never alone. To make sure that people in my life know that they do matter and they do make a difference, even if they can't see it in themselves at that time. The people I have learned from most in the past are the ones that loved me long enough until I could love myself and accept myself as my own individual. They also taught me that I was not a bad person, but a sick person with a disease of the mind. In the beginning of my recovery, I could not see any good in myself whatsoever. But after doing a lot of work on myself over the years, instead of trying to fix everyone else, with an if I can fix you, I won't have to look at me kind of mentality, that I started to get a better result. As my perceptions of myself slowly began to change, the world around myself began to change for the positive as well. In my experience, most of my existence, my life growing up had no real structure, no balance, and definitely no constants in my life. I had been living my life in constant survival mode. Fight or flight was all I had known. Not a whole lot of substance or with any kind of purpose. I think though now, that way in back of my mind, I have always known there was always something bigger than myself, but it was always seemed to be just out of my grasp. One of the biggest life issues that I have always struggled with was that I did not know how to hold on to good. So when I truly started to make some big life changes, and good things did start happening to me in my life, it made me feel uncomfortable in the beginning. Solely because living a life full of feelings of self-loathing, being unworthy, and feeling of never adding up, and also feeling that I would never have any purpose in life. That I would die broken and alone, and this was never going to change. It takes a toll on a person. I was already suicidal with a few attempts already. My pattern in the past was when things began to look promising that somebody may hold something positive for me in the future, I would run. Because I did not feel deserving of anything good in my life, with an I will hurt you before you hurt me kind of thinking. Not wanting to become vulnerable because that was a sign of weakness, I thought at the time. It was also a way of having control over the situation. I would just disappear for months, then resurface out of the blue believing that everything was just fine. Only a few years back, I had no communication skills, no people skills, or positive coping tools. I was not able to deal with life on any level, except to bury all of these negative feelings under substance. Today, I know the importance of my words, actions, and thoughts, how they have an immediate impact on the environment around myself and my loved ones. I also know today that my actions impact everyone in my life, either directly or indirectly in some way, shape, or form. I have a partner today that understands the importance of this to me. She knows when there's something wrong, but she also has the patience for me, knowing that I need to find the right words before I begin to address an issue. Today I choose to live a life of accountability, taking ownership not only for my past actions, but also for my present ones as well. I know today that I am only responsible for keeping my own house in order. When I do this, life becomes a lot more manageable. So if something during my day I feel that I have offended someone or hurt their feelings, it's my duty to make those amends promptly, whenever possible, instead of always feeling the weight of the world on my shoulders. This brings a sense of peace and serenity that helps me go to bed at night with a clear conscience. Today, being able to communicate with others is an amazing gift. But before I could receive this gift, I had to learn how to receive. I had been a taker all my life. It was all about me. As long as I was getting something back from you, I was happy. I was living a very selfish life. I had to learn how to be selfless before I could be any use to anyone else. To be of service to others is a very big aspect of my life today. To be able to give freely of myself without expecting anything in return. I had to learn all of this before I was able to start rebuilding healthy relationships with the other people in my life. But before this could happen, I had to first learn how to have a happy and healthy relationship with myself. So all that I can hope for is these words have possibly helped just one person not feel so alone in what they may be going on in their own life in this moment. I now bring to you a piece called Byproducts. Been working on that for quite some time now, and I just went back to it and did a rewrite and passed it by some people, and yes, they're okay. I said I was alright, so I'm gonna share that with you now. Alright, so we got byproducts. Byproducts, by definition, the result after the fact. Everything is a byproduct, from the air we breathe to the earth we're buried in. If I were to punch you in the face, you may feel sad, angry, or even deserving. All of these are byproducts. The same would be true if I was to kiss you. You may feel love, happiness, or even disgust. These too are also byproducts. The growth of trees, the air we breathe, are necessary for us to thrive. Without food and water, starvation and dehydration would set in due time. So what does all this mean? All of these things are fact. This is also true of our daily living, with our peers, husbands, wives, also our children. As parents, we are a very big part of the byproduct process. This includes our actions, behaviors, also the environment we provide for our children. They will watch and copy. They see what they perceive as acceptable behavior. If you yourself are vulgar, your children may also develop a nasty vocabulary. If you're violent, this may also be passed on to your kids. If we look back on our lives to assess ourselves in all aspects, as it may pertain to relationship with the people in our lives, are we creating an understanding, loving environment or a hostile one? After taking such an inventory, we can ask ourselves, what can we do better? Or, on a more positive note, what is working well? For example, do your kids come to you for advice on issues, or could they care, or they could care less or nothing at all what your opinions are? As a parent myself, I have fallen short in many important areas. As I learn and grow, I have come to an understanding that I will always be a work in progress. I will not have it any other way. If I ever stop learning and growing, I will become stuck again. In the past, I have learned that my own actions create the environment I live in. Now, when I talk to my children, they are more apt to share with me about their day or confide in me what's on their minds. I'm very grateful for those special moments when I hear my kids say, "I love you, Daddy." I have been a parent since '95. I also do not know if I will ever be a model parent, not knowing if I'll ever be able to do enough to change some of my old stubborn ways. I'm getting older every day. All that I do know is that if I keep learning and growing as an individual, I will keep moving forward, and the progress will continue. I have told my father in the past that it takes a man to be a dad, but any fool can be a sperm donor. After making many, many poor decisions as a parent myself, I know now that as long as I stay on the path I'm currently on, nothing in this crazy world is unfixable. The situation directly after my ex-wife and I separation, my ex-wife and her boyfriend at the time had moved with the kids 6 hours away, starting a new life together. My ex was in a more stable relationship with a great guy that takes good care of her and the kids. The three of us are good friends. After I really began to make a lot of better life choices and began to get my feet under myself, my ex-wife and I's friendship was all for the stronger. We are best friends today, which I am eternally grateful. Although we all did go through a very rough patch before I started to get my life together. The man she is with now was actually trying to hold myself and my ex together. Still, she could not take the abuse any longer. After the breakup, my actions continued to create an even more toxic environment for the kids. I'm able to own that now. I have the opportunity today to make better, positive, proactive choices when it comes to my children instead of negative, destructive ones. As human beings, learned behavior is ingrained into us from birth. These are all byproducts. These are the byproducts that I'm speaking of. We only know what we have heard, seen, or experienced in each of our individual lives. In the past, I overlooked many opportunities to bond with my kids. Now, I must look at it like this. It was the past. We only know what we have heard. Oh, past. Okay, so there is no reason now, when an opportunity arises, not to embrace every moment that I have to do so. Whatever that is, talking to them on the phone, seeing them in person, no matter when I can have the opportunity, I embrace that opportunity. All that I can do for my listeners is to suggest what has worked for me so far. I'm not going to dictate to you, compare my life to yours, but if you can relate to any of my story, take what you want and leave the rest. From now on, I only want to create positive byproducts. My resolve is to continue to show my kids that I do care for them very deeply, letting them know that their feelings, thoughts, and ideas are always valid, and that I'll always be there to listen, and always there to cherish every "I love you, Daddy." So that's byproducts. So I really hope you enjoyed that. And if you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button and share this video on other social media, and leave a comment in the comment section and subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you all again soon. Alright, have a great day, and thank you for listening. Bye.